My energy is running out. This might be my last message. This is our last chance. Tell them they still have time to change. Tell them not to become like us. Hopefully, this will stop the war from happening in the first place. Now send it back, and may God be with him.
Daddy! TV is broken!
Hello there. I think you can see that this video is sent from the future. Some of the data might be corrupted. We try to send it over as much time as possible. You must be watching for computer. This means you still have electric energy. We don't. This is our last bit of energy. The energy crisis destroyed your world long ago. Its definition is a situation where the supply of energy resources is low compared to its demand. There are minor energy crises already occurred a few times in your generation. For example, the oil price rose 7-fold in only 6 years during 2002 to 2008, mainly from petroleum demands during the 2000s. In the old world, the demand of energy rose while the resource itself is being used up faster to fast. Everyone didn't realize the real crisis until it was too late. Resources started to run out one by one. First it was coal and oil, then natural gas, and even nuclear fuel. War break out, struggling to get hold of any resource they could find. That left us with is nothing, you still have time to solve the problem, and you need to understand it.
The crisis was caused by multiple things. The main cause was overconsumption. You use too much energy, so much that you can't produce it fast enough. This is most likely supported by overpopulation. Human population had lost extremely fast since the 19th century, having lost from about a billion to 7 billion in 3 centuries. But having more people means increasing energy consumption, not more resources. Therefore, you use them more and more, burning them out over faster. Eventually, they just vanish.
In the past, we don't have many sources of energy, even if there are some supporting equipment. Most of the works are done by animals or human power. Humans then realized the power of fossil fuel and steam. What followed is the Industrial Revolution. It's called revolution for a reason. For the first time in human history, massive workloads are transferred to the machines. The entire world changed how it works. Once we have the taste of convenience from abundance of energy, we became addicted to it. We indulge in it, using it more and more and more without considering the consequence. If that goes on, you would end up like us.
People also use energy very wastefully. They didn't realize the importance of conserving energy. Until everything ran out, most of them shook them off as very little energy. But millions or billions of people doing it means massive energy wastage.
Almost all people have forgot to turn off their electrical equipment at some point. One of the most common is raining. An average fluorescent light bulb of your era uses 15 watts of energy. Let's say everyone forgets to turn off or uses one fluorescent light bulb unnecessarily. 2 hours a day on average. That's about 7.5 billion people burning off 83 billion kilowatt hours every year. That amount of energy is equal to burning over 1 million tons of coal, or almost 3,000 tons of coal every single day. This is only considering lightings. There are many other ways to waste energy. Do you realize now how large and real the problem is?
You use too much energy, yet you still rely heavily on fossil fuels for energy, not exploring renewable energy, or at least not enough. Once the fossil fuel runs out, the few remaining renewable energy sources you have couldn't sustain the enormous void of supply, and the whole world falls off. Lastly, war. War never changes. Not only does it destroy infrastructure, it also needs constant supply of resources. The World War caused disaster to the economy and used up so much resources some people have to use horses for transportation. Energy poured into war were essentially a huge waste, used for no reason other than conflict between countries, which is usually caused by religion or politics.
There are also minor crises caused by other things. People in some countries or areas doesn't have enough access to energy. Some doesn't even have lights. This could be caused by poor distribution and infrastructure from their governments or just their shared poverty. A few people might argue that having less people using energy is one of the solutions to the problem. Or that is good for the energy crisis. To those people, we, who experience the harshness of not having any energy left by ourselves, argue that all people should have access to energy uses with the condition of using them responsibly. With the amount of energy that was wasted by irresponsible users, if anyone uses their energy efficiently, it could sustain you pretty easily. Political events and economic crises could also strangle the supply or boost the demands of energy. Accidents and natural disasters sometimes damage the system and halt the supply chain for a while, causing a minor crisis in nearby regions.
Its impact in your times are probably still minor compared to us. Effects such as rising oil price and blackouts are easily seen, but there are much more. Without resources and energy, industries couldn't function properly. Manufacturing factories need energy for their machines. Anything manufactured would also have to be shipped out, using fuel for the carrying vehicles, and if the product is assigned to be processed further, there would be even more energy and fuel usage. If a point in the chains of manufacturing, transporting, and processing is disrupted by energy shortage, the whole chain is also disrupted. In extreme cases, it also affects education. Without electricity, books will be hard to read or written in night times. Since you burn fossil fuels as your main source of energy to meet the demands, the environment is also affected. Fossil fuels power stations release tons of substances that harm the environment. For example, they release nitrogen oxides which could transform into nitric acid, affecting the respiration systems. The nitrogen oxides could also destroy the ozone layer, and they release sulfur oxides which cause acid rain. More and more people are dying from diseases related to respiratory and cardiovascular systems caused by the chemicals and fire ants or dust particles released by them. There is two more problems that most people don't know about the fossil fuel power stations. The first one is that they also release tons of radioactive elements and compounds of uranium and thorium yearly from only one station. Because the Earth's crust consists of these elements, therefore the fossil fuels also consist of them. Burning the fuels releases them to the atmosphere and cause harm to everything near the stations. Another one is that they release mercury. Mercury is extremely poisonous to almost all organisms. It could contaminate the waters around the station, which flows the contaminates the fish downstream. Eating this fish will cause the consumer to accumulate mercury and start having problems from mercury poisoning.
There are multiple solutions to be done to stop the crisis from happening. First, move toward using more renewable energy. With enough investment and research, you will be able to use sources of energy like solar, wind, and geothermal to sustain the society when the fossil fuels run out.
With the pace that the technology is developing, it is highly practical and feasible that you will be able to find and implement them in time. Its cost effectiveness is essentially infinite, even if you have to take a long time to research on it. It will harvest so much energy in the long term of hundreds or even thousands of years that it is almost infinitely cost effective.
Maximize your energy efficiency, not only for governments, industries, or companies to organize the infrastructure or implement policies to save energy. Everyone is responsible for using their energy efficiently. Conserve energy whenever you can. Use energy efficient products. Or even install some solar panel on your house if you can afford it.
The solution is one of the easiest to do, yet one of the hardest to actually be done. Its cost is literally none. Instead, it relies heavily on people's responsibility and them thinking about the future rather than the immediate convenience. The last solution is to educate more people, to let them help solve the problem. Educating younger people will also ensure that the next generation could also deal with the problem in case it couldn't be solved in a lifetime. Humans have always been like this since the ancient eras, passing down the knowledge and progress to the next generation in hope that they will make everything better, proving it to be extremely practical and effective.
Of course, one person or a country or even a continent couldn't possibly solve all the problems by themselves. We, you, every single one of us are the one who will stop the crisis and move humanity towards its bright, shining future. We will stand together and face this crisis, and you are the one who saves energy. The one who saves the world.
Hello, this is the year 2117. We have reached 100% renewable energy mark for a decade now. It's all because of the one video a century ago, transmit worldwide and encouraging the people to face the energy crisis. Since then, technology developed with the help of various big nations, implementing policies to push the renewable to be used instead of fossil fuel. They help in building infrastructure in other countries to better distribute energy. Tensions between nations were also cleared from this cooperation. They manage the cost like overpopulation by using more and more personnel to work on researching technologies, helping and educating more people on using energy responsibly and to think for the future. They have already started constructing better energy-saving buildings and creating better energy-saving products even before the video, but it gets blindingly faster after the video was out. Geothermal power stations are powering various nations with the side job of studying the earth. Hydroelectric dams are working even more efficiently than ever. Farms have mini biology power stations installed with large ones in areas where agriculture or animal husbandry is concentrated. We even have silent and bird-friendly wind turbines. It looks beautiful in the fields too. Now, we basically have more energy than we can use right now. Whoever sent the video, whether it is really from the future or not, Thank you for giving everyone to dive to save energy. You have saved the world. Thank you.